Today I'm partnering with ThreadyMade to sew and share their Dakota dress using their Smocked Dress Kit. The kit comes with everything you need to complete this project. I've left a link to the kit below so you can check out all the details and grab a box too. Let's unbox this kit and get sewing on our Dakota dress. When we open the kit, we find a beautiful curation of our supplies for our sewing project. The instruction pamphlet includes illustrations for the construction details for whichever project you've chosen. A little pouch of notions contains goodies we'll be using, like tailor's chalk, elastic if you want to add button loops for an adjustable hem or straps, a seam ripper, measuring tape, pins, and safety pins. Then we have our main fabric panels, gorgeous woven material, pre-smocked. You also have a paper ruler for our size customization, instructions on optional adjustable hems with buttons included. There's also a little pin cushion for your new pins, and then we get 3 choices of straps. Spaghetti straps, which are already pre-made for us, pre-smocked straps, or the material to sew wide straps. Then we have our pre-cut pockets. As an added bonus, the box also contains extra fabric. We can use this extra fabric to embellish this project or just use it for another sewing adventure. So now that I have all these materials opened and ready to go, I'm ready to start sewing my dress. The first thing we're going to do is cut our front and back bodices. You're going to take a tape measure and measure around the fullest part of your bust. The kit includes a measuring guide, so after you've found your bust measurement, you can match that bust measurement to the width that your panels should be for the front and back. My bust measurement is 32, so I'm going to cut both of my panels 13 inches wide for the front and the back. I've laid my fabric flat out on the table, and I've distributed the fullness evenly for the bottom portion of the skirt that's not smocked. Now I'm going to take a ruler and a marking tool, and I'm going to mark that width measurement from the chart onto my fabric. You can decide how long or how short you want your dress to be and cut horizontally at that length preference. I'm going to be using the full length of this panel for a maxi length dress. Now that I've made those chalk markings on my fabric, I'm going to cut along that vertical line to form my front and back dress pieces. Now that I have one panel created, repeat these steps to create your second panel to the same width. Now place these front and back pieces right sides together, and we're going to use safety pins to pin together both of the side seams. We're going to be pinning at a few even intervals down both of the side seams, pinning precisely at that 1-inch seam allowance that's provided. Do this on both sides. And now try on your dress to see if you're happy with the fit or to determine how much of an adjustment you want to make on either side of the seam allowance. I've tried the dress on and I'm happy with the fit, so I'm going to unpin these side seams. And then I'm going to trim the seam allowances along both side seams to reduce them from 1 inch to 1/2 inch so that it's more manageable for my machine. I'm just going to be using a clear gridded ruler, measuring a 1/2 inch distance from both side seams and trimming off that excess. Doing that for both side seams. Before I move forward sewing my seams together and adding my pockets, I want to finish these seams either with a zigzag stitch or a serger. I'm going to take both of my front and back pieces to the serger and serge the entire side seam from top to bottom for both pieces. I'm also going to take each of the 4 pockets that are included in my kit to the serger and serge the entire edges of each pocket. To determine where you want your pocket to be, just place the panel in front of your body to see where your hand would be most comfortable accessing that pocket. I'm going to be placing my pocket about 5.5 inches below the end of my shirring. And I'm going to place a pin at each side seam at that 5.5 inch marking. Now I'm going to take one of the pockets from one of my pocket sets and place it right sides together with my dress, placing the top of my pocket 1/2 inch above the pin that I've marked, giving myself a seam allowance for the pockets. And then I'll pin that pocket to the side seam. Do the same thing at your opposite side seam. Now for each of these pockets, I'm going to sew the pocket to the side seam of the dress with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Now that our pockets are sewn to the dress, we're going to understitch the pockets. Flip your pocket over its seam allowance so that the pocket is now laying on top of that seam allowance. And then we're going to sew the pocket to the seam allowance about 1/8 of an inch away from the original stitching line, from top to bottom. Do this for both sides of the dress. Now repeat all of the steps that we just did to attach the pockets to one panel for your other panel as well. Place both of your panels and the pockets right sides together, and pin your side seams and the outer edges of your pockets from top to bottom. And do this for both sides of the dress. Starting at the top of your dress with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, sew all the way to your pocket, sewing a 1/2 of an inch down below the top of that pocket, and then pivoting your stitching to sew around the pocket with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then at the bottom of this pocket, again, you're going to sew into the seam of your dress by a 1/2 of an inch, pivoting once more to sew all the way down to the bottom of your dress. And do this on both sides. And then press those side seams open. With these side seams pressed open at the top edges of the ruffle, we can top stitch the top edges of that seam allowance so that the dress is more comfortable to wear. Horizontally, right along that top edge with about a 1/4 inch seam allowance, stitch from one serged edge of the seam allowance across to the other, back stitching to secure. And do this on both sides of your dress. You can choose for your dress to be strapless or choose from one of the 3 strap options included with the kit. Fabric is provided if you want to sew wide straps. You also have pre-shirred straps or spaghetti straps. I'm going to be using spaghetti straps for my dress. Try on your dress to determine both the placement of your straps and the length that you'd like to cut your straps. Our straps are going to be sewn on just above and below the first row of shirring. Keep in mind that that top row of shirring is where it's going to be placed, and also give yourself an extra 1/2 of an inch for seam allowance. You could choose to have your straps tie at the shoulder, but I'm going to be attaching my straps to both the front and back of the dress so it's not adjustable. I've measured that length up and around my shoulder from the top front of my dress to the top back, and I've added a 1/2 inch seam allowance at both ends. I'm going to cut my strap here and cut 2 of them. After trying on my dress, I decided that I wanted my straps to be 3 inches from the side seams for both the front and back. I'm going to take one of my straps and fold the short edge back by 1/2 of an inch and place that folded back portion so that it faces the wrong side of the dress. I'm going to place that folded back portion 3 inches from my side seam or wherever you've decided you'd like your straps, placing that 1/2 inch folded portion evenly above and below that first row of shirring, and then pin it in place. I'm going to do this at both sides of the front of the dress. Grabbing my other strap and folding back one of the short edges by 1/2 of an inch, placing it and pinning it at my desired length from the side seam. Now that I have both of my straps pinned to my front piece, I'm going to pin their opposite short edges to the back of my dress, in the same exact way. Now I'm ready to sew my straps to the front and back of my dress. I'm going to sew the strap to the dress 1/8 of an inch above and below that top row of shirring, back stitching to secure, doing this for each strap. Now the very last thing to do is to hem the bottom of the dress. You can decide how wide or how narrow you want your hem to be. You could do a rolled hem here, or you could simply finish the raw edges all the way around as I've done. I've just serged the entire bottom edge of my dress, and I folded and pressed that serged edge to the wrong side of my garment by 1/2 of an inch all the way around. Now I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and edge stitch close to the serging stitches all the way around the dress. And now your dress is ready to wear. Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you check out my other videos for more great sewing inspiration, and I'll see you in the next video.